Hey everyone, what's up and welcome to the channel. Today we are back and we are talking about some more of the finals. Update 1.6.0 has finally come out and I'm honestly pretty excited. This is an update that I've genuinely been waiting for the past few weeks. They brought some incredible changes that are really gonna clean up the gameplay, and we also got some new modes. So we're gonna be going over the patch notes, talking about everything new that's been added to the game. I think you guys are gonna be excited, and yeah, there's lots to talk about today, so let's get into it. All right, so like I said, we got the patch notes right here. They did drop a little bit of a trailer, which was pretty cool. I'll let it play in the background while I talk, but they got a new cosmetic suit that they've added to the game too. This is actually going to be unlockable by playing the game. I'm not sure if it's the exact suit they show in the trailer. I'm gonna assume it is because it's the only one they show. But yeah, they did say it is unlockable just by playing the new Steal the Spotlight mode. I think it's solo banking rules applied, predetermined loadouts, and it's a blackout in Las Vegas, but they got a bunch of the security systems in play. So it'll be pretty interesting. I know solo banking mode is gone, but I mean, if these are solo mode rules still applied, I think it'll be more than fine to replace it. It should be a ton of fun. So yeah, like I said, Steal the Spotlight is the new mode. Solo Bank It is now out of the game. And in terms of important changes for this update, they got Recon Senses, which have been updated, which we'll get more into as we read the actual patch notes, which I'm very excited about. The Recon Senses were honestly, it was ruining the game for me. It was pretty bad. They've added some refinements to close range aim assistance for controllers, so that's always nice. Some nice tweaks for controller. And they've also added gyro controls, which I actually think could potentially be the future of controllers, to be honest. It is very accurate gyro aiming. It's almost absurd and arguably somewhat more precise than mouse and keyboard. So if controller players want to dabble into that, we might see some crazy plays from them. I actually really appreciated this. They added 10 levels to the career rank, which will all come with additional rewards. As you guys know, currently in the game, you can level up to level 40, and every time you level up, you get a new cosmetic. They've added 10 more. I think that's just fun to grind for. I mean, I want to know what you get, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into the balance changes. We got some gadgets that got tweaked, which is really nice. We got the dome shield, which caught some tweaks. Dome shields will now use squad colors if the use enemy squad color setting is enabled. This is on by default. Very nice to see. It'll be just easier to differentiate which team actually threw the dome. You've always been able to see if it's an enemy dome or your teammate's dome, so that's never been an issue, but knowing which squad is actually getting into business can be helpful. The Vanish Bomb also got some tweaks. They increased the invisibility interrupt grace period for teammates and for the player, and they increased the duration of Vanish Bomb invisibility on teammates from 5 seconds to 6 seconds. So I don't know if like for personal use it's only 5 seconds and for teammates it's 6 seconds, because it says it's only for teammates. But the interrupt grace period was essentially if you throw an invis bomb and it hits a teammate and he was like in the middle of shooting, it gave him a little bit more wiggle room to, like, you know, if they get hit by the bomb and 1 or 2 more bullets come out, it's not going to interrupt the invisibility. It'll actually apply itself, because I know if anybody was doing anything and they got hit by that thing, it wouldn't even work. The zip lines also got some adjustments. They improved placement validation for zip lines, making them easier to deploy. It's actually nice. I got fairly used to it, to be honest, with placement difficulty, I guess you could say, with current zip lines, but definitely making them easier to place is nice. That was always a complaint with people. The maps also got some massive changes. Las Vegas got just a bunch of general changes. I'm not going to get into all this. They basically tweaked some of the pieces of cover. I remember seeing something about, oh yeah, they removed the turrets and tripwires, map variant and quick hack, all the modes. That'll be interesting to see. It is kind of weird because it is active in the new mode that has come to the game, but it's removed in every other mode. So they're going to tweak around with it. The Argonne Casino also got some tweaks on the map. The Eastwood Casino, pretty much everywhere on the map, all three. I mean, there's 3 casinos and there's only 4 corners of the map. So almost every building has had some tweaks. The specializations also got some tweaks. The mesh shield will now use squad colors if the use enemy squad colors settings is enabled. Like I said, on by default. Also very, very nice to see. It almost just gives you information to play off of when you see a heavy team, you know, in the business with the mesh shield up. It's like, oh, that's purple or that's blue, without having to look at the scoreboard. Recon Senses, this is what we've all been waiting for. I'm not joking. This ability has single-handedly griefed the game's gameplay drastically, and to see it nerfed is just, thank goodness, man. They added a range limit to Recon Senses set to 30 meters. Players outside of this range will not be detected. I actually didn't think they were going to go this direction. I thought the fact that you could see everybody where they are on the map was pretty useful information in terms of making macro decisions. I do think that, you know, they set a range on it. It'll be good in the time being, but I thought that maybe limiting the ability to a longer cooldown and just giving you the ability to pulse to get big information on how to rotate and, you know, which catch outs to push would have been more useful than just having, you know, wall hacks within 30 meters. We still do have wall hacks, but to counteract that, they've added a player detected little icon. So whenever you are being scanned by someone who is using Recon Senses, you're gonna have an indicator saying they're coming for you. So you'll be able to better counterplay it. You'll be able to kind of brace for the people pushing you. But where I think this is gonna get a little bit messy is if you get third partied. You know, what happens if multiple teams are recon sensing you? I mean, at the end of the day, getting recon sense is getting recon sensed, but you're not really gonna know who's recon sensing you, you know what I mean, or how many are recon sensing you. We'll have to see how this plays out. Regardless, the nerf is significant. I do think that it is going to negate a ton of the cross map griefing, which is very nice. They thought that the Recon Senses became way more common in the meta than they intended. And honestly, this is funny because back in the betas, I remember using Recon Senses religiously. And I was like, this is the most broken thing I have ever used. So it rose, but now it has fallen. They also added some content and bug fixes, animations. They fixed some small issues with the LH1 reload and goo gun inspect animations. Always nice. I like my inspect animations. Updated reload animations when aiming down sights to add slightly more movement to them as well. This, I mean, it's whatever. I'm indifferent, to be honest. Add more movement. I mean, maybe it just takes up more of your screen now. Who knows? Audio, updated footstep audio and mix for the player, teammates, and enemies. Dev note, it should now be clear for players to tell friendly players apart from enemies and their own footsteps. Very nice. We're getting it all in this update. Wall hacks fixed. Footstep audio increase. This is amazing. They fixed an issue where spawn sound effects could be cut off when respawning. Nice. Updated various voice lines and various VO. I don't know what VO stands for, but well, I'm assuming that's voice lines, and voice bug fixes. Like we talked about earlier, they added 10 more levels to the career rank along with additional rewards. Max rank is now 50. I'm kind of curious what the end goal is in terms of ultimate max level. Do they just plan on, you know, incrementally increasing it over time? You know, a little update by update, or is this something that we can expect to see on a seasonal basis? You know, new season brings 50 more levels, or kind of like Apex, will we eventually get a prestige system of some sorts? Characters fixed an issue where characters could have their legs bent backwards on some screens. I mean, not really game breaking, definitely be scary. Controller added gyro aiming options for PS5 DualSense and PS4 DualShock controllers. So I don't see anything for Xbox. That's pretty interesting, but PlayStation controllers are supported. Fixed an issue with aim assistance sensitivity reduction that caused almost no sensitivity reduction to be applied to targets closer to the player than 20 meters. Interesting. Okay, so that got fixed, and they reduced the input latency on PS5. Very nice. I am very curious, and please do let me know, because I know a lot of you guys in the comments play on controller, a lot of which are probably PlayStation. Do you have any intention on using the gyro aim controls? Like I said, there are some people who I think it's Warzone that we're using gyro controls, and we're making some really awesome highlight little montages of what they could do with the technology. It's very powerful, it's very accurate, it's a lot more physically demanding, kind of like mouse and keyboard. You gotta move around a lot more, you gotta sit up straight, you know, it's a physical thing, whereas controller is just your hands, you know what I mean? It's very low functioning, but gyro, you know, kind of bridges the gap between mouse and keyboard and controller. So that'll be really nice to see. I better have gyro on my mouse at one point. Emotes fixed an issue that prevented players from emoting while crouched. Not the biggest deal, but I see they fixed that. Gadgets, we got some tweaks here. Fixed an issue where player statues cannot be targeted for revives when lying in foliage. Honestly, the amount of times I've encountered this is kind of crazy. If a teammate was in a bush, in a little set of flowers and some deeper grass, you just could not defib them. It became muscle memory to pick them up and then defib them on the grass beside it. So yeah, that's very nice to see that fixed. Fixed an issue where player statues could not be targeted for revives when carried. Okay, I actually didn't know that, but that's cool. Fix various issues with placement distances on deployable gadgets, and fix an issue where turret parts could collide with each other, causing strange behavior when placed on barrels. Okay, game modes, general, added steel, the spotlight event mode. Obviously we get the new mode, added the ability for players to customize their contestant loadout for all weapons, gadgets, and specializations during the match lobby at the start of each match in all game modes. This is super big. Whenever you create classes at your home screen, not being able to change your specialization was really annoying because you'd have to create a whole nother class and reconfigure everything just so that you didn't have to like change things on the fly. So being able to change your specialization on the fly is super nice. It makes me wonder if you're gonna be able to put specializations into your hot swap menus. I'll have to go in game and check that out. But that's very interesting. Oh, that would actually, wait, if you could add specializations to your hot swap, that means you could change throughout the game, maybe? I'm not sure. We'll have to go in a game, see how that works, but very nice to see you could customize that. Ranked tournaments, they lowered the entry for ranked tournament play from 60 games to 45 games. I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought playing 60 casual matches was mind-numbing of an experience, and I wanted to rush through them so fast. I ended up playing bad at the beginning of ranked because I was just trying to I was playing really dumb to just get through my 60 matches. So very nice to see they lowered it a little bit. Like I said, solo banquet is adios, and I'll miss you lots. You were a good mode. They did a little bit of an update on Monaco. I actually like this change a lot. They made night and night storm weather conditions slightly less dark on Monaco for OLEDs. If you have an OLED monitor, the blacks are very black. So yeah, that'll be nice. And they tweaked the LOD setting on some trees in Monaco to reduce popping on low settings. In terms of movement, we also got fixed an issue where players could become stuck in encroached spaces. This always happened to me in the little vent holes. Sometimes I would get stuck in them, or sometimes I couldn't walk through them. So it's glad to see they've cleared these up no matter what. Even if like I punch the vent out and I'm like, oh, maybe it thinks the vent's still there, I'd punch it again and it doesn't matter, you would just get stuck. Fixed an issue where players would fail wall jumps if they pressed and held jump too early in a vault sequence. I actually experienced this a handful of times. It was very annoying, so very nice to see they fixed that. Fixed an issue where the player would cancel a slide if aiming down sights was triggered from toggle crouch. I don't use toggle crouch, so I never experienced that, but my goodness, if I did have my slide canceled for ADSing, it would annoy me. I'm not gonna lie. Always a positive, always making positive changes towards the security of the game. They've been very good on this, and I'm super happy about it. I made various improvements to security and cheat detection. Get them cheaters out of here, bro. In the settings, they increased the default field of view from 71 to 81, new installations only. So, I mean, they didn't change the FOV limits. If you're playing on max FOV, you're still gonna be on max FOV. UI, they added career rank screen where players can see rewards earned by gaining rank. I like this. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see future rewards as well, or only the rewards you've earned, but I do like being able to keep track of that because sometimes you don't really know where cosmetics come from. Added new tournament overview screen to tournament modes. I'm interested to see what this looks like. I thought the current overview screen looked pretty good, but I mean, maybe it's been revamped. They've also added additional tutorial videos for all these items. A lot of people, it's actually countless the amount of people who come in my stream sometimes and they're like, what does an APS turret do? And I'm like, well, now you know. You're gonna be able to watch a little video on it. The gas grenade, the rest of these are pretty self-explanatory. Maybe the motion sensor, that sounds self-explanatory. Thermal vision, that'll be nice for people. And maybe they'll break down the dynamics of how these work with like other gadgets in the videos with like pyro smoke and you know, I mean glitch traps too, and so all of these are pretty good, honestly. Added new event contracts to the contract screen, very nice. Updated the size of ranked icons, flex even harder, and I was very happy to see this. Make various improvements to contextual ping accuracy, making them more accurate. Sometimes my pings were just off. I don't really know how to explain it other than like just playing a lot and you just kind of experience it. So that's very nice to see. They did tweak a bunch of effects. I'm not going to go over all of those, but in terms of the weapons, they increased the size of various grenade projectiles to make them easier to see in combat. I think this is nice for frag grenades specifically because those things have no indicators and they are like pixel size ants on your screen. And they boom, bro. They'll blow you for 150. So very nice to see. Hopefully they're the size of, I don't know, a beluga whale. That'd be nice, so I could dodge that thing. Fix some issues where AoE damage could be wrongly invalidated, causing no damage to be done. That's very nice. Fix an exploit where melee weapons could be swung faster than intended. people were like swapping between gadgets and spam melee. It would be like an infinite super fast melee. I think that's what they're referring to. And they were fixing an issue that prevented C4 mines from being picked up when placed on throwable object that had been picked up. Honestly, I kind of wish they didn't fix that, because then it would reduce the C4 barrel meta even more, even though it's already been nerfed. Oh, you put it on the wrong barrel? Oh, the barrel got shot? Screw it. You lost your C4s, okay? Try again next time. That's pretty much it for the patch notes, though. Lots of incredible changes. Very, very excited to see Recon Senses. Can't wait to try out the new game mode. Let me know what you guys think of all the changes and what your thoughts are on this update. Leave that down in the comments. I'd always like to hear what you guys have to say, and I do read them every single day. So thank you. I do stream every day on Twitch as well. Link to that will be in the description if you guys want to see me over there. I'm probably streaming finals for the rest of the day. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. Keep up, stay up. Peace out.